What's up, everyone? Just me today. Trish took kids down to family. My little sister's having a baby soon, and so they're celebrating that and doing a little shower for her. And she took the kids to go play with cousins. So while they're having a good time, I'm gonna be home with Sophie and Kenai. And I've got a list of things that I'd like to get done today. Honeydews, if you will, along with some of my own wants. I've been working on the truck this morning. I finally got the funds together. We got the alternator. I got the alternator replaced, and I've been working on cleaning battery cables, getting all the corrosion off of that, getting this battery charged up. How close is it? It's about halfway. So got a good start on that. Next thing I'm going to do while those battery cables are soaking and that battery's charging, I'm going to go clean out the cistern. Well, not clean it out, but I've got to treat it. About once a month, I put this stuff in there. We have two 1,000-gallon cisterns that our very slow flowing well feeds into. So our well is slow flowing. I think we've talked about this in the past, but a long time ago. And it's slow flowing. About a gallon a minute is what it can pump, which is not enough to supply the house when we need water demands. So the original builders, they put two 1,000-gallon cistern tanks that pump, well pump, feeds, and then inside the cisterns is a pump that feeds the house and is able to pressurize it and everything. So one of the cistern tanks, and this is weird to me, I don't understand this, gets really gunky. There's like some kind of it's kind of gross, but it's not. We've had it tested and it's okay, but it gets kind of gunky on the top. In fact, I'll try and show you. Maybe I'll just show you. So, two 1,000-gallon tanks. This tank gets this gunk floating on top, and I don't know why. We had a well guy come out when the pump died, had it replaced. I asked him about it, and he said, "Oh, I've seen much worse. It's not uncommon. Some sort of bacteria gets in there." Actually, doesn't look too bad. And every now and then, I gotta put some of this chemical in there to clean it out. Let's see if I can maybe. You can kind of see it floating on the little float thing. You can kind of, that slimy stuff. So that builds up every now and then for whatever reason. And we've got you can kind of start to smell it a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, I know well water and what it smells like typically, but it has a different odor that comes with it. He said it was normal and not to worry about it as long as you get the water tested and it tests okay, and we do, and it's been fine. So, but I put this stuff in there, concentrated chlorine, I guess, and this is actually it's safe as long as it's in the correct dose. And so I add about a 1/4 cup to this tank, and that tends to take care of it for a good month, sometimes even longer. But I am curious why just this tank gets this way, because this tank over here doesn't have the problem, and it just baffles me. So I just sprinkle it down there, it dissolves. What I'm wondering is if, see, there's this riser that gets down into it. Let me adjust that exposure. It's I don't know, 2 feet, and then it seals to the top of the tank, and I'm wondering if this seal isn't broken. You'll notice there's a lot of rust from the screw heads right there. And I'm wondering if groundwater is seeping in there, because that one's not that way. So I might, one of these days, I'm gonna go go talk to the well guys and see if I can't get a new gasket or something. I know there's a gasket between that riser and the actual tank. I think that might take care of it. Also, there's these gaskets on the lids. This is getting a bit crusty. Probably be worth replacing that. And maybe that'll take care of my problem. So one day soon here, I'll get that taken care of. But for now, this works. And yeah, I don't like the idea, but it's safe. It's less chlorine than most cities put in their city water. And yeah, I'd like it to not do that, so we'll work on it. Every time I come out here, they have to pee. Every time. Boo. I don't get it. I'll never get it. Anyway, my next project is the goats. They need some TLC before winter sets in. In particular, this shambles of a shack we got here. You know what? It does the job. But I'm gonna go grab some you can see right there, there's one slab of 1x6. And I'm gonna surround the outside of it. And then up here, I'm going to build some wooden shutter type things that can swing up and down. This is a big project and I don't expect to get it all done today, but I've at least got to get the lumber and a head start on it. If I can get the bottom surround done, I'll be very happy with today's progress. That's the next project. I got the battery back together. It's been charging. I think it's ready enough that I can go get the lumber and we'll be fine. Well, I just got back from picking up the wood. I had a few more problems with the truck. I got it all put back together and it wouldn't start. And so I took it all apart, inspected all my connections. I don't know what I missed because I put it all back together. Don't know what I did different, but this time it worked. It started right up, but it took a while. So I've only got a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half of daylight left, and I know I'm not gonna get this done. We'll just do what we can, right? Life happens, you work with it. Hello, ladies. Improved shelter is on its way. Beautiful day. Slightly overcast, not bad. It's gorgeous. Look at Mr. Rex over there. He's almost got a full tail. He lost a lot of feathers when we had mites get into the coop again. And once we took care of those, they've come back really good. He's doing well. Just in time for Thanksgiving, huh, Mr. Rex? Oh, Kenai, what's the matter? You wanna get down? He's getting old. What's wrong with your foot, huh? Why is it hurting you? Put pressure on that. Your joints? You're okay. We need to get you into a vet. You're just getting old. Achy joints, huh? Good boy. Good boy. Alright, so we've got our 1x6x8 rough cut lumber. I'm going to cut these in half, give me 4-foot sections, and I'll just kind of tack them up next to each other all the way around. It's what I did with the pig pen, and that worked out really well. And pigs can be tough on on things, especially when they get big. I mean, they are tough, and that pig pen's held up, so it should be plenty good enough for the goats and the strong winds we've got. This dog, Kenai, he loves to be in the back of this truck, and he's been in it all afternoon. I let the tailgate down as soon as I got back, actually. So not all afternoon, but for the last little bit here. He won't get out until he either gets too hungry, he can't stand it, or more likely tonight when the temperatures drop, it gets too cold for him, he'll jump out. But he loves to be in the back of this truck. He will not leave. I don't know what it is. If he thinks we're going somewhere, he loves to go up in the mountains, and when we go up in the mountains, we throw him in the back, and he's just out there riding in the back in the open air, and I think that's what he loves. That, or he thinks I'm going somewhere and doesn't want to be left home alone. So, and then I've got Sophie tied up over here. She just found a turkey egg and in the straw bale, or hay bale, so she's looking for another one. I can't leave her off the leash though, because she'll chase the birds around, especially the young turkey that we've got. Can't trust her yet. We'll get there. Kina was the same way when we got here. Anyway, I've got probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes of daylight. I gotta get these things cut in half. Hopefully I can get them cut in half and start getting some of them tacked up around there. So let's get going. So I've got two piles here, intentionally two different piles. What I've noticed is these are, and I remember this from last time, it's rough cut lumber, so they're not exactly 8 feet, they're a little bit longer, varying lengths. Some are 2 inches, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches longer. But what I've got is 4-foot sections, exact, and then the remaining of that 8-foot whatever board. And what I'm thinking is I'll alternate from 4 to long, kind of give it a staggering look. Might be cool. So we'll keep 2 distinct piles for sure. Alright, it's getting dark and running out of daylight quick. The sun's actually behind the mountains over there in the west. So I'm going to stop with the cutting right now. I'm going to grab what I've got cut. I'm going to screw it into just get it up there, throw some up there, and that'll give something for Trish to see, and I think it'll make her happy. So she'll be home soon. I got to hurry. Just using decking screws. They're coated so that they don't rust or whatever, which I thought would be a good idea. So get this first one up here. I don't expect this to be completely curious goats, weather tight, airtight at all. But it's going to be enough to keep the winds out. The majority of them. I think what I'll do is just put one top, one bottom for now, and come back and hit it with a second row. Do tall, short, tall, something like that. I think she'll like that. If not, we can change it. It'll look a little bit more finished. What you doing, Apple? Huh? You rubbing on that? Well, it's about done. About done off. It's about all I can do for the night. I think it's gonna look really good. certainly look a little bit more finished. Get rid of this tin and get some decent shutters. I think I will come through. I don't know yet. I may come through and just run a saw across the top and get them all level when we're all said and done. We're going to town on some of that bark. You guys hungry? We'll pack it up. Well, we didn't get everything done today that we wanted to do or that I had set to do, but we made some good progress. The truck is finally running, and she's running good. It's been a long time for that thing. A long time. And so that's a big win, a very big win. We got good progress made on the goat shack and winterizing that. You know, you roll with the punches. Had some issues and cut my time short. So that's okay. I've still got a sink to fix. I've still got a toilet paper roll holder to put up in the bathroom. Oh, and check this out. I'm gonna take this, see this piece of 2x6 rough cut? I think it's got a good look to it. I'm gonna try and make a floating shelf that will hopefully be strong enough, run along that wall and make it into a coat rack type thing. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I saw it on Pinterest. Looks like it'll work. I might have to brace it, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So some of the things I didn't get to today that I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm excited for family to get home. Can't wait for them to get here. I want to show Trish the progress on the goat shack. I really think she's gonna like the way it's turning out. So there's always tomorrow. But thanks for joining me today on this crazy adventure we call homesteading. Give us that thumbs up and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.